upgrades. So this then takes us to Richard Hoeg seeing what's going on the PlayStation app and the PlayStation Store. And I suppose not blowing the whistle, maybe raising the alarm.
Yeah, definitely.
On this one. So people, hopped into him on Twitter to let him know. And essentially, as he says, duplicity and greed. So to give you the TLDR, and honestly, I was surprised when you showed me this on your phone just before we hit record. There's a PS4 and PS5 option. So it's PS4 and PS5 Standard Edition, $70. We'll use American currency now. There's also a PS4 only edition that is $60.
Impossible.
But it comes with a free digital upgrade to the PS5 edition. So while these technically are different SKUs in the store, you are literally getting the exact same thing. Just that, one of them is $60 and one of them is $70. Sony are only showing you the $70.
Yeah, that's the one that's like, when you get the default of they just show you a pre-order button. They're like, here's the pre-order button for the standard edition. That's the $70 one. On the website, you scroll down, you see the other editions. On console, you have to go specifically press the button to get to the other editions. And on mobile, you have to click a little button that'll select edition, which means that the point is basically they're showing you just the $70 one. If you're not like looking into the editions or thinking about what you're doing, if you're just following the marketing, which I think that's a reasonable thing to do for anyone. To go, oh, well, I'm going to buy this game. Yep, got it, sweet. I think that's a reasonable thing. And that is, Sony are taking $10 away from you for doing that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, it's just them misleading you and railroading you into one option that means that you don't see the exact same product for a lower price.
Yep.
So, it's very strange. It's very strange, and I think you could quite easily call it a scam.
Yep.
It feels scammy. It feels duplicitous. It's honestly completely messed up that they're doing this, and I do wonder why they just didn't. Well, I guess that's the thing. They have to stick by Jim's word with a free upgrade. They also, in their head, think it's a $70 game.
Yeah.
So, in a way, have they, to manage some of their public relations, have they basically lost $10 off every sale? And now, via controlling the flow of people's eyeballs, they're trying to mitigate that so that they can have the benefit of sticking by their word, but then mitigate the harm of that by just steering everybody with the $70 option.
Yeah, so I wouldn't expect this to be something that the board sat around and decided on. I can't imagine this is a literal decision of let's mislead our customers to get an extra $10 per sale. I think this is something that's likely occurred as a result of just how they've set up the SKUs in the back end and how they prioritize the PS5 version as opposed to the PS4 version. But it does get a little bit annoying when you think, well, that's not an excuse. Because that implies that there's no one at Sony going, from the user perspective, what does our store actually look like? Let me get at my personal phone at work, get to disconnect from whatever Sony is using for phone stuff, go through to the store. Does that look fine to me? That looks fine to me. There's no one doing that. Otherwise, I imagine someone would have raised it if this was an issue, which means that it may not be malice, but it's definitely, could be considered negligence that they're omitting information that would influence a user's purchasing decision.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's like, how many people watching this video do not know about this and have already done the pre-order?
I mean, I didn't know until I saw this news.
Yeah. So, as for the process here on the site, right, you get the big banner image that is directing you to the game, okay? Now, that directs you to the standard edition. You're going to think, oh, standard edition, that's obviously the cheapest one. 70 quid, it's a lot of money for a game, but hey, it's a great game. Okay, I'll pre-order the standard edition of the game. That's what it looks like the whole way through this flow. Or maybe, you're a more discerning person, right? And you're maybe thinking, oh, is there going to be a season pass because the DLC is probably going to be great. So then you go down the editions. You got to look at them. You see, there's the Digital Deluxe Edition for £80. Oh wait, there's another edition for 60 quid. It doesn't say PS5 and PS4. It says PS4 and digital upgrade. So, what? Is that like an automatic digital upgrade in the same day? you're then thinking to yourself, you know, surely there's a cheaper one. It must be worse.
Yeah.
The deal must be different.
Yeah, that's like standard what people think.
Yeah, exactly. So you buy the $70 one because you don't want to accidentally get the PS4 version, and sure, it's at a high frame rate, but you know you don't have the nice haptics and all those things that you might want because you're confused because they've made this really confusing. People have lied to this store knowing how confusing it is. And now if you read down the page further, buy the Horizon Forbidden West Digital Edition for PS4 from the PlayStation Store to get the Forbidden West Digital Edition for PS5 at no extra cost. Edition includes full game PS4 and PS5. And you're thinking, oh, what's the catch? This is $10 less. Why would Sony undercharge? And, well,
Yeah, no,
there's no catch.
yeah,
Just you get a game for 60 quid. There you go. I mean, you know, we like to provide value with videos. I think this is, you know, this isn't like we're giving you a coupon code, but insofar as what people would have thought for this game,
yeah,
everyone who watches this video knows they don't need to pay a tenner.
yep, absolutely.
So if we get 30,000 views in this video, then, you know, add a 0 onto that, and sorry, Sony. And then
Or maybe you're welcome, Sony, because we've helped you avoid a class action lawsuit.
that's it. That's it. Your invoice is
Very
enclosed.
altruistic here.
For the mobile version, then, the edition is behind another menu.
Yeah, so you can complete the purchase without ever seeing the fact that there's something cheaper if you just follow the rules it's there for you. Because the standard edition, there's a little icon showing you that there's going to be there's options there. But if you're not thinking about that, if you're not thinking about editions and just want the game, you'll just do that.
And to sort of talk about that thing, I think let's just do this quote from Richard. You offered the PS5 version for $60, but you only told people you were offering it for $70. How would you feel about that? Is that not $10 of damages? Sometimes millions of dollars if this game proves to be as popular as it is otherwise seen? They announced that Horizon Zero Dawn sold 20 million copies. So it's the idea of, let's just say, a lawsuit ends up saying, alright, so you basically, via these misleading practices, duped all of these people out of $10. Okay, you now owe every member of this class that amount of money. And somehow everyone in the class will get $1 and everyone else will go to lawyers.
Of course,
Because
yeah.
the law system is tremendously
I need a
efficient.
key.
Yeah, I mean that's what actually that's one of the
It's
things.
wild.
Yeah, that's one of the things Richard said. He's like he does, the possibility's definitely there for a class action suit. I think the legality of it is solid. Where if this goes ahead and they don't address it, then it could be very argued because the quote there was him kind of, the only term I think of is like LARPing as like what a regulator would talk to Sony about. Like that's what they would say. They'd be like, no, you, from our perspective, you were offering this, but didn't tell them, which means you're omitting information, all of the like things that define an unfair business practice in the US are all much there. But he did say that there is a problem with a law firm needs to decide to take it up, and law firms with the strength to fight Sony's lawyers may not necessarily get out of bed for anything like less than 200 million. And obviously 200 million is like the best case of Forbidden West selling as much as the as Zero Dawn did over
Probably
years.
sell more.
Maybe more in the long term.
I can't.
But in terms of like the when this is still in cultural consciousness in a year or two, likely not that much. So it's frustrating that they will largely get away with this probably legally. I think the only thing is hopefully this gets the story spreads and Sony PR are forced to respond, because that's the only way we can see this this literally deceptive business practice stopping.
So
I
look,
can't.
at least you all know what's going on. Yeah, as for the game itself, look, I think this game is a buy at $60. It's also a buy at $70, in fairness to them.
Yeah.
I need
Like,
mom.
so let's, if we're to take a look here, basically improves on the original game in every conceivable way. Now, some people saying it's a little